In cinema, when an actor commits a mistake, he gets to have a retake. Now imagine a place where you cannot rectify your mistakes. What happens there? I'll tell you what happens. Magic happens. And that place is called theatre. And today, we at tedyCINÄMAsaloon presents AaryanTalks are having theatre actors roundtable with a bunch of such magicians.
Here we have Krishna Kumar garu, Nitish garu, and Shruti garu, and Ramarao Jadhav garu. So welcome all of you guys. I feel such elation, such joy inside me that I'm going to talk to a bunch of people who will impact huge. Who will impart a huge amount of knowledge on me. That I am very excited, sir. And there are particulars that Teddy gave, that how much he was impressed with each of your plays. I have never seen that man appreciating an actor. I've seen the things that he has spoken about Krishna Kumar garu, Nitish. He calls you brother, Rama Rajadu garu. I've gotten such particulars that I felt very inspired myself. So first of all, thank you for joining all of you guys.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for putting this together, Aryan.
So thank you, sir. So like I said before the interview, that I was confused on what to ask you guys because I had a list of plethora of questions. However, I'll try to summarize as much as I can. Most of us actors who started out as theater guys, our goal has been cinema. I know a bunch of people, including myself. We look at theater as a stepping stone to cinema. So I want to understand, what do you see the difference between the guys who want to go there and who want to contribute to theater? And I want to know what is the scene and the future of cinema is going, theater is going to be in future. So I'm going to start off with Shruti garu and Nitish garu, because you guys have joined first. So please, sir, please, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. There are few people who think theater is a stepping stone to reach movies. And then there are many who have dedicated their entire life to only theater without considering it as a stepping stone.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that I wanted to clarify, because theater is a pagalpan passion for many. And the only agenda is to grow as an artist, to grow as an actor. And when it comes to movies, I feel, yes, it's nothing wrong in aspiring to be a movie actor, because you've also done movies. That's nothing wrong in that. But theater survival is a aspect in itself. It has to survive. So even if we are doing movies, or even if there are theater actors who are doing movies, it becomes the responsibility to remember your roots being theater, and to help it survive, because theater struggles, unfortunately. Unfortunately, theater struggles. There is because it's purely running on art, and it is expensive. It's an expensive affair. So it needs the support of people who have made it big, people who have reached a certain stage. They have to come back and say, this is our roots and we have to.
Like probably Anupam Kher or Nasiruddin Shah.
Many people.
Tadikela Bharni garu, like to start
Right.
with, like our home ground.
Right.
And yes, the idea, like again, as Shruti has clearly put it, like the idea or the complete notion to consider theater as a stepping stone is wrong. I believe that there are two different art forms. Yes, cinema has emerged from theater, but then again, it's a full-fledged art form, which is beautiful again. And similarly, there are other aspects like stand-up comedy or whatever you call. All of it has come out of theater. It's like the mother being theater. But then to consider theater as a stepping stone, that would be a little too much. I would say theater has a lot, as Rama Raoji, he clearly mentioned that, there is so much to learn, and no matter how old you become, it doesn't matter how experienced you are. There's a lot to learn in theater, and I'm pretty sure in other art forms as well. So yes, as Shruti said, that there are people who feel that I'll do a certain number of plays and then I'll move on to movies, which is not wrong. However, that should not be the sole idea of doing theater. Like, if you want to be a movie star, movie actor, be a movie actor, which is fine. Or if you want to dedicate your life to theater, do that. That is also okay. Or if you want to choose a balance in between, like a bit of theater, a bit of movies, that is again that's again fine. So yeah.
So, Krishna Kumar garu, you sir.
Actually, I also believe in that. Theater is the school. Once when you are going to school, you will learn many things. And theater, there is no age limit. Any age, any age people they can join theater. And once you learn this technique or nuances of theater, then for an film actor or who are interested to work in film line, whether it is an actor or anything like director, they should know all aspects of this theater. Then it will be very easy for them understand this craft. A director should also know that one character, how it should be. Okay, how the character, or a writer should know that how this character, the flow will be of a particular character. So that process, while you are doing theater, then these are all these things will be taught.
Right. Understood.
Okay, so it's like a mother is feeding, somewhere. The theater is like feeding you. So it is in that way. And it's like film is like your wife's mother, like your mother-in-law. So whenever and the people who are doing both the things, like Nasiruddin Shah, he get bored after some films.
Yes.
So that's why he keeps on doing, as Nitish was telling, he keeps on doing all this. So it is, whenever you are thinking that I am going out of the track, you should join theater again. You learn the basic, and it will make you sharpener.
Yes.
So it is like this.
Yes. Rama Ravi, you can.
Yeah, कृष्णा जी आपको घर जाके पढ़ने वाली है, वो तो है आज पक्का. So yeah, most of the things are covered. मैं यही बोल सकता हूँ कि stars are made in cinema and actors are made in theater actually. So if there's some money in theater, then most of the theater artists will not actually venture towards cinema.
It is about motivation, sir. Money motivation.
See, everybody has a mouth to feed, a family to take care of. Having said that, जैसे कि Nitish ji was saying कि the technicalities of both the mediums are different, but one is a progression of the other. That is not the case actually. There are so many friends of mine who have done cinema and then they have progressed to theater once they are financially comfortable. Because for them there was always this inadequate feeling. Just say I think that's off the record, but somebody just mentioned that even when they say that they're a theater actor, there is some amount of falsehood inside.
Exactly.
So I didn't want to pull you in, but yeah.
No, it's all right, sir. It's all right.
No, that's what you mentioned. So and same is the case with a lot of actors that I work in the movie set also. They would like to understand how to build a character, how to build the scene, how to understand the power play in the in a particular scene between the two characters. All of this actually happens in the theater. So now, and the other thing is that because Telugu cinema and the other formats of cinema, they were all template driven so far. But with OTT coming in, what has happened is that the characterization layer has gone deeper.
Yes.
There's time enough because earlier it was just 3 hours, but now you can go on like 10 hours, 13 hours. So each character has that arc that can be completed. So writing has become deeper, and the actors are getting that much space to delve into the character. Otherwise, generally the problem with a theater actor going to a cinema set is that they would like to ask so many questions about that particular character. Even the AD won't have a
Answers.
clue as to what is getting asked, because most of it will not translate on the screen. But for the sake of building the character in the back of your head, those questions are necessary. Then eventually you realize that that much preparation is actually not required for cinematic thing.
Right.
But you just understand the scene, you just understand the character, you just
Right.
understand what phase of the life is that character in. See, every person has that 100 years of life, right? So, but out of that 100 years, you're giving 2 minutes on that screen. So, in that 2 minutes, what phase of that 100 years is that person going to live in that 2 minutes? Is all. So, yeah, sorry, I think I lost track of your question, but yeah, you said that maybe it's an eventual step from theater to that looks very common, but yeah, there are exceptions to that, Aryan. Yeah.
Also, I feel it's a fact that people casting for movies, they specifically say we want theater actors.
Oh yes.
Okay,
Oh yes.
there is a reason. There is a reason because they know that, like
see
you
the
said,
people.
they will get actors. They will get
Right, right.
pure actors.
I have to
So-
share.
They know that they don't have to trend them.
Yeah.
So if I give the character,
I'll give you an
Why-
example, sir. I'll give you an example. I went to an audition for a web series or something. I started giving audition, and the main casting director is in the other room. So, I mean, because as theater actors, our voice is very loud and our diction is pretty strong. He understood that, okay, this guy is from theater and he's in. I felt very much elated, like the kind of respect that theater actors got. I felt very elated, sir. I mean, again,
but there's a small gap in this. So
Yeah.
they love theater actors. They love to cast theater actors and everything. That is also there. But then at the same time, those very theater actors are struggling to, follow theater.
yeah,
What should ideally happen is, be it directors, producers, or actors who have made it big, like I was saying, who come from theater or who have any, understanding of theater, if they just come watch a play, it changes the entire dynamic of that audience.
right.
So it would really help if they came, they watched plays, and it became an active ground. Theater also became an active ground like films, Then it would help theater, flourish, is what I feel. Because if the industry wants theater actors, then it also becomes the industry's responsibility to nourish the theater actors, is what I feel.
One of the best example that I can quote is, if you look at Gangs of Wasseypur, there is a scene wherein the gun gets blocked, and he has to come on the second shot. Rajkumar Rao has to appear on screen on the second gunshot. There is no second gunshot, and he comes, and the director doesn't say cut, and that becomes such a beautiful. I mean, such kind of thing can only happen in theater, because there are no retakes in theater. When once you are on stage, you have to make believe with what you can. So that was so such beautiful moments can come out when we work with such theater. Yes, Ram.
Okay, just to add to what Shrutiji was saying and what you were saying, I forgot. You carry on. I'll add. I just forgot what I was about to say.
Sir, since we have limited time, I'm going to ask this one question that has been, I've seen somewhere. As theater actors, what is the most transformative exercise that you have come across in your personal lives? What is the exercise that you felt, wah, Dandra? What was that? So Ramarao, first let me go with you this time.
You mean exercise to prepare for a character, or the general exercise that a theater
General
practitioner?
exercise, or like, normally workshops happen.
Correct.
Guy comes.
Yeah. That was my point.
Yeah.
So thankfully, the last 2 projects I completed was preceded by a solid 15 days of workshop. And what I've noticed that this is happening with movies of small scale, indie projects, or movies of not that typical template commercial movies. वहाँ पे those movies, you just land on the set, look at the scene paper, and blah blah blah, and take the money and you're home. But this format is welcoming. I mean, I heard from a friend that generally this happens in Bombay, but thankfully in Hyderabad, I got to be part of 2 projects where these workshops are happening. And that's very good, because that breaks down the ease. See, what happens is generally all the coming back to your point, what is the exercise to the best exercise for an actor, right? I don't know what the best exercise could be, but what the best state of mind for an actor is to have no self-image. I look a particular way, I talk a particular way, I walk a particular way. So that is something that works for me personally. I don't have a self-image of mine as such, and that I guess no actor will have. Only stars might have a self-image, but I guess actors don't have a self-image. That's what I would like to hear from Nitishji, Shrutiji, and Krishnaji about it. But my journey so far, that is the best tip. That if you ask me to somebody beginner, that's the first thing that I'll tell them.
So Krishna ji, so what is the best exercise that you have come across that kind of amazed you?
Actually, there is nothing such the best exercise. Okay. The thing is, as an actor, when you are not working on stage, or you're not doing any plays, or you are not working for a film, daily you have to do the same. Daily you have to practice. Like morning you have to do yoga, voice exercise, you warm up. Okay, you have to throw your voice. As an actor, daily you have to do. One day, if you want that, I have to scream on the screen. You cannot. It will crack. So daily, if you practice. So I follow these things. Daily I do yoga, jogging. I do like warm up exercise, so that I have to keep myself healthy from internally and from outside. So voice exercise is very much for an actor. Voice exercise is must.
Understood.
Physical exercise. Physical exercise is very strong, very much required. If you are like a rubber, you have to keep yourself like a flexibility. Your flexibility should be there. If you are not doing this one, theater workshop type of things, no, you cannot do all sort of character. That is what every day you have to do practice.
Understood. Thank you. Yeah, Nitish Garu and
So yes, as Ramabhai and Krishnabhai said, like to each their own, like people have different ways and means to keep themselves theater fit. But if you ask us, so we follow one exercise whenever we do workshops, and that is again, everything is equally important. Voice is equally important. Gestures are equally important. But we feel that whenever we do that exercise wherein we do this emotional journey, and when we say emotional journey, we do not fake it. As a Shruti ji and I, whenever we are working with the participants, whenever we are working with people around us, we ask them to close their eyes, sit silently. It's kind of a meditation for them, and then we take them through their emotional journey, as in like we throw questions related to their past lives. Obviously we don't know people, we don't know all of them, but then we have general questions that is in our like we have prepared a set of few questions wherein right from their childhood we bring them to where they are right now, and that is that is something beautiful, because we have seen people crying during those exercises. We have people, while their eyes are closed, they're smiling, they are laughing, they're giggling, they are angry because there are certain things which make them uncomfortable. So that is something we feel is very important as an actor, because unless you do not drain yourself out completely, your vessel is already filled with guilt and with anger, with hatred, or with whatnot. Like, there are so many things. Once you completely drain yourself, that is when you become pure and you are receptive. You are ready to receive whatever the director has to give, or the the yeah, whoever is the in charge at that point of time has to put in that vessel. And that is, if you have to add something, you should.
No, I knew you would say this. That is why
I love that exercise. So that is personally our favorite. And again, if we have to put it to like in a nutshell, I would say observation and listening skills. Those two things are, no matter what you are doing in your life or how busy you are, if you just be observant and a good listener, most of your work is done.
we have sessions with high school kids right now. As Play of Shiva, we conduct these.
So Play of Shiva is our theater.
Our theater too. So we call Play of Shiva, and which is a part of our company called Sharp Notes. So when we do these sessions with even high school kids, uh, the fact that basic things like he was saying, observation, listening, and all that. In the process, we bring in what they have felt in their day from morning, say. And that becomes so real for them. Until then, it's like we are saying something, they're listening, we don't know their day. That's how it goes. But then we're talking about 14, 15-year-old kids. And then when we talk about your day, what was the thing that made you happy, angry, sad, whatever, this morning? And then they come up with that incident, narrating that incident with that intensity of emotion. So what happens is then you see the raw, how do I put it, the raw performer, you know what I mean? So that really comes out. Like he said, it comes out. It really
Stretch it to
comes.
years now. Like at our age, if somebody asks us, just to give you a little glimpse of it, to just remember the face of our parents for the first time, when we remember them as when they were young, and when we remember that phase. It could be anywhere, like when we were 6, 7, 4, 5, whatever. But then that phase, and compare it to the present phase. So all this journey, I'm just giving you an example what we do in that exercise. So these are the beautiful things, I believe, and that is what again, to each their own, like to each his
So
or her own.
I'm so much into it right now that I want that questionnaire. Whatever you're doing,
There are a lot of things
not
actually.
not because I want to enhance my acting skills or anything like that. I want to talk to myself. I want to see what else is there inside me. I felt that questionnaire, the way you're describing, I felt that's going to be very therapeutic in nature. Yes, Ramarajan.
RNG, that's an extension of what Shruti ji and Nitesh ji just mentioned about observing, right?
Right.
Generally, it is misunderstood as observing other people. But
Yes.
at a very basic level, you have to sit down and observe yourself.
Yes.
Because 8 billion of us, and only one Ramara or one Nitish, one Aryan, one Krishna ji, one Shruti ji will laugh the way they laugh, or cry they laugh, or get worried they. So it's 1 in a billion expression actually.
Yes.
So before we try to start imitating anybody or observing, it's better to first that's a basic exercise. Like you observe yourself. What would be your reaction to a particular trauma or particular happy event or whatever, things like that. See, 30 minutes is too less to cover all this, but touching and going into.
So one last question to all of you, sir. What is the message that you're going to give to upcoming actors who are coming into theaters, who are coming into probably films, or some directly films, some Instagram reel actors? Yes, Krishna Garaji.
That's an oxymoron, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Of course, yeah.
I totally understand your point, ma'am. Yes, Krishna ji, first I'll start with you.
Like those are interested to do films or in theater, no? Actually, they have to first they have to leave everything. Like they have to think. They should think that they were learning something new. So they should join any of the theater group,
Mhm.
eh? Any of the theater group, and they should read a lot different books.
Mhm.
You know, you have to be knowledgeable also. You have to know,
Mhm.
and reading a books and reading the society also. Whenever you are traveling, you have to keep your mind open so
Mhm.
that you can observe. You have to talk to the people, random people. You have to talk on the road. I
Mhm.
used to do that one.
Nitish garu and Shruti garu. You said I use some oxymoron Instagram. I totally understand that statement, by the way.
So yeah, the point being, what do you want to do? What is your agenda? You want to hone your skill as an actor? Then there's a different advice for that. Your agenda is to make money and become a star, like Ramarao Garu says, then it's a different story. But then if you want to hone your skill as an actor, hone the
Ma'am,
art.
if I may, there is a third agenda. I want to become famous.
That money, famous, interchangeable, it's the same thing. But if you want to hone the skill and also because everything else follows. I'm not saying the people who are following their art and skill are not going to make money. No. But then if the agenda is right and if the focus is right, everything else will follow. The popularity, the money, everything will follow. Which, as long as you have faith in your skill and you have the humility to improve your skill, that urge to learn, if you have forever, like Ramarao Guru says, the entire time you are learning, even today you are learning, 10 years, 20 years, you're still learning. And as far as the skill goes, it can coexist with our daily lives. You be in corporate, you be in any jobs, you can still be an actor. He's done it. He's done it for 10 years of his life. While he was in the corporate, he started theater in the corporate, and he ran groups for almost a decade. And then he became the flag bearer of theater and corporate. So it
Nitish
has to
Pandey he became.
coexist.
The Nitish Pandey.
The Nitish Pandey he became. So and it pays off. Now he is the winner of Pride of Telangana for theatre arts this year.
Congratulations.
So so it pays off. And it can coexist. And you can't say that, oh, I'm in corporate, so I can't be an actor. Oh, I'm an actor, so I can't earn my bread and butter. It's not like that. It can coexist as long as you take it as a some kind of a oxygen for your being. Like, we all do. We all believe that theater is our oxygen right here. So it can coexist. And we corporate people also can give more light to theater as an art form, bring it into their um, uh, in whatever employee engagement they do. We can be actively a part of it. So my advice for people who want to be actors is it can be very, very active. It can be a very possible thing in your daily life as long as you're honing your skills. And whatever be the agenda, whatever be the ultimate agenda, theater and acting improves a person completely as a personality. Just to give you a very short example, I had stage fright. I had stage fright. I used to stutter on stage and I used to cry on stage. I couldn't say a single line on stage when I was 34. At 48, I'm very proud to say that I have my own monologues of 90 minutes without getting off stage. So
Oh,
that is what theater can do
Awesome, man.
in
Awesome.
itself. And it is going parallelly along with my daily life. I ran a school for 15 years. Then now we run our company, Sharp Notes. But theater is there. Theater is there. along with complementing. So it can coexist. You don't have to give up something to do theater. Theater can become, it can be a elevating factor in your life. You know what I mean? That's what I feel. So for people who have this blockage that, oh, actors, so I have to leave everything. No, it's not like that. You can do it with everything.
Yeah, I feel,
Same lines?
yeah, I just feel like do it for the love of it. Like whatever you are doing, not just theater, anything. Do it for the love of it and just enjoy the joy of being. That's it.
And everything follows. Everything else follows. Yeah.
Ramaravar.
Yeah, so just quickly, I mean, that's very valid points, both of them. What is the advice to newcomers coming to cinema, right? Take care of the livelihood first. Whosoever's coming to the cinema has to take care of their livelihood first, because in a hungry stomach, you can only go that much, right? So take care of your livelihood. That is one. And we are talking about actors. I'm not talking about the star category. That's a different category, right? So actors, for somebody who's not from a filmy background, 35 to then infinite, like 70, 80 is the best time. Till such time, the livelihood has to be taken care of, and mental health, physical health has to be preserved till 35, 40, because that is when your best roles are going to come your way. That is when your face will mature, that is when your mind will mature, that is when you'll gather a lot of learnings of the street, of the life, of the relationships, and things like that. And that is when the depth of the character will emerge. Before that, whatever, yes, with training, yes, you can pull off a lot of characters, but those will not be the ones like Anupam Kher pulled off. That's an exception in Saransh, like, at in the 30s he paid something 60, but that's one in a lifetime kind of a event that happens. But if it's a general thing that has to be said, then preserve yourself till you're 35, 40, your mental health, your physical health. And yeah, as Shruti said, you can balance it out, but after a point like 40 onwards is your best time. So it's a great time to give it a shot as a full-time actor. You can always pull back if you have to. You can always go back to your normal stuff if things doesn't work out. Yeah, that's a very practical stuff. In terms of the techniques of the theatrics and all that, this time is not limited. And anyways, for that, these two masters are sitting there with
Anyway.
Thank
so
you, guys.
very practically, because I keep interacting with a lot of guys who come on the sets, right? जैसे बोलते हैं ना, मुंह उठा के आ जाते हैं, as if something everybody sitting there to welcome them. नहीं होता है. It doesn't happen that way, boss. It doesn't happen that way. Yeah.
Well, that is it from our end, audience. But I know such kind of knowledge is never enough. And if you guys keep encouraging us, we'll keep making more such videos. And my personal suggestion, if you are an upcoming actor, try starting with theater. It is going to change your life forever. And if you liked the video and you want more such educative and informative content about films, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. This is Aryan signing off.